Welcome. So I can't wait to go show you guys the project that we were working on. This is a fix and flip project in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So if you check my Instagram, which will drop, I posted when we first started, when we gutted this entire house. So this was a house that I bought, and remember to always talk to your friends and family and let them know what you do. So I talked to my grandpa's best friend, which is like my uncle, you might as well say, and this was one of his closest friends' houses. So what happened is the guy was living, he was a little older, and he just, sometimes you get too old to live by yourself. So they said, hey, we want to sell the house, and then he's moving in with his sister. Okay, cool. That's when my grandfather's uncle got the call, and he called me. He said, hey, look, I know somebody wants to sell a house. I know that's what you do. Hey, look, you may be interested in buying it. I checked it out, what they wanted. I said, bet, let's do it. So just to give you some context, I purchased this property for $80,000. And of course, I gave him a referral fee. I purchased this house for $80,000. We're putting around $120,000 into this house, and we're going to sell it for $330,000, $340,000. So we got a nice spread of profit that's going to come in. And just so I can give you the full numbers, the full rundown on this specific house, if we sell it for $330,000. Wait, just so you see. Sell it for $330,000 minus, let's say, around 7% between realtor commissions and transfer taxes. About 7%, that's $306,000. And then we subtract $80,000 that we purchased for, and we subtract about $120,000 in renovation. And we're going to net around $106,900 on this specific project. So the best part about this is, we purchased property November 22nd, around that week of November, and we started demolition right away. And right now it is January 29th. So if you think about it, November to December is 1 month, and then December to January is 2 months. So we're pretty much at the 80% mark in 60 days. So this project will be 100% completed in about 30 days, and less than 30 days. So now we're about less than 3 months. We completed the project start to finish. And now if we can get a buyer immediately, we'll get our check in another 30 days. So pretty much $100,000 profit in about 4 months. Lord willing, that happens. But this is something that can be done by each and every single one of you guys. But it has to be done because you're actually analyzing the deal. So many people worry about, oh, the contractors, oh, the funding, oh, this. It really all comes down to the deal. Because you can have the best funding company, you can have the best bank, you can have the best contracts, but if you don't find a good deal, those are just tools to help you make the money, but the actual source is the deal. I was able to communicate with people and let them know what I do, so I get deals sent to me all the time because I'm letting my grandma know, to my little brother know, to the neighbor know. I'm actually telling everybody, hey, I do real estate, send me any deals that you have. I'm even posting on Instagram, hey, I'm still looking for deals, so that way things can keep coming to your phone, and that way you have things to analyze every single day. So that's a little backstory on the numbers on this specific house. But what I want to show you guys is what it looks like right now. So this house was literally full with stuff. The guy was like a hoarder. So this thing was just not trash, whatever the hell he had in here was just stacked up. And I'll try to add a picture to this video, but it was just stacked up. So we gutted every single thing out. It was so crazy that we had to spend a couple $1,000s just on a clean out. So you got two things when you're doing a house. You got a clean out and you got a demo. Clean out is when they get all the stuff out of the house, and demo is when they actually start tearing down the walls and the ceilings and all that type of stuff. So we had to spend like $2,000 just on a clean out alone, get all this stuff out of there, and then we spent a few $1,000s on an actual demo. So when we first started this house, it was walls. So it was like the living room, the dining room, and the kitchen. It was all separating walls. As you guys know, 2026, we have an open concept vibe, which has been going on for the last, I don't know how many years. So we made sure everything was open straight through. So this area is going to be the living room area. This area is going to be the dining room area. And then obviously this right here is the kitchen. The biggest thing you want to do in real estate is be a copycat. There's nothing wrong with being a copycat if you copy the right cat. What I mean by that is, it's houses around here that sold for $330,000 and $340,000. Literally on the next block over, 2 blocks over. So if I want to hit that exact number, I'm going to go ahead and try to do what they did, because obviously that number, whatever they did in that house, worked because it sold, and they sold fast. So what we realized on those houses, there are 4 beds and 2 baths. So what do you think we did? We made this house 4 beds, and we actually put 3 bathrooms in here so that we can be comparable to those houses and that number, so we can sell it for that exact number. So let me show you. Turn around here, we squeeze in a half bathroom right here. We got this beautiful porcelain tile right here. The toilet is gonna go right here, and then the bathroom, the vanity is gonna go to the right. Beautiful porcelain tile. I'm debating if I want to go ahead and tile up the back wall too. That's a little extra, but because we got some extra pieces, I'm debating if I want to take them back to the store and get, my money back, or I want to use them and just keep tiling up the wall. I'm up in the air about it. Then we're trying something new. I never did black bases. The bottom cabinets are called bases, and the wall cabinets are called the walls. I never done black bottoms and then the white tops. I did the all white, so I've done blue and then white. I'm trying something new with the black. But what I'm going to go ahead and do, I actually stole this idea. My cabinet guy actually gave me this idea. He sent a project that he did, and I was like, that's kind of hot. I want to copy it. So we're going to put white countertops in. If you ever notice in the countertops, they have like those veins or that detail. This detail has like a faint gold in there. So now we're going to have the white countertop with the faint gold detail, and then gold cabinet hardware. So it's going to be like a black, white, and gold kitchen. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. And then in the sink, we're going to have the sink is going to go right here. We're going to have a gold faucet right here. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be, oh my God, it's going to be beautiful. And another thing, when you go ahead and putting floors down, this is luxury vinyl plank. We went with a wider plank. That way it just gives it a more luxury feel. And then this tone that we picked just gives more of a luxury feel. So you got to think about when you want to go ahead and do something that's a little nicer. It's not just putting down vinyl flooring, or is this not doing shaker cabinets. What kind of tones give off luxury? The black, white, and gold give off luxury, gives off expensive. This light tone floor gives off luxury, gives off expensive. So all these little things, this big porcelain tile gives off luxury, gives off expensive. So these things can help stand out. Besides just putting shaker cabinets or tile in the bathroom, how can we take it to the next level? So when people come in, it's like, this feels rich. This feels like it's worth $330,000, $340,000. Shoot. If this was in a different neighborhood, it could probably sell for $500,000 because of the type of material we're using. So, but full disclosure, when you're buying expensive material, doesn't mean it has to be expensive. So we go to a store called Floor and Decor for all our tile work, and Floor and Decor often has sales. Because what happens is, let's say, for example, Floor and Decor orders 50 boxes of tile, and an investor comes in and buys 40 boxes of tile. They don't have any more left, so they might say, hey, look, these remaining 10 boxes, we just sell them on discount because we just need to get rid of them. That's when I come in, I say, you know what, 10 boxes is exactly what I need, and I can buy it for half price. So, for example, the tile we use in the basement, I'll show you guys in a second, it costs $5 a square foot. They sold it to me for $2 a square foot. So for you guys, it's like, well, $3 doesn't mean anything. A bathroom may be 100 square feet or 80 square feet. So now you do the math, you see it's a huge difference that you're saving. So now I want to show you guys upstairs. We're going into the second floor. All right, we got here, it's 3 bedrooms. We're going to start in the back bedroom right here. Nice size bedroom. And one other thing that you guys always want to do is you want to make sure you have closet space. So this is a nice size closet. We pretty much made it the whole width of the bedroom, not including the door space, but it's a nice size closet. What I realize is people, especially when you're buying 3-4 bedroom houses, they got a lot of people living in the house. Nobody's really buying a 4-bedroom house and it's just them. They're buying a 4-bedroom house because it may be husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or maybe one parent with 2 kids, 3 kids. It's always more than one person living in there. So therefore, we need space for all those people with stuff. So that's kind of what we did in here. And another thing, little hack for you guys, right? This is called sanitary molding. So if you guys ever see like traditional molding, it's like, it's kind of waving. It has like the design. It's been going on for years, decades. So we're utilizing this pretty much square edge molding. And then we're going to have quarter round. Well, it's not quarter round, but a square edge trim right here, shoe molding. And that's what gives us more of a modernistic 2026 kind of vibe. It just seems real, what's the word I mean when you chic? Like it's just clean, yeah. It's not more of like that crown molding traditional look. It's more like clean and modern. So it gives it a more like new school. One of the things I always do, I watch this guy's name is like Inez, I believe. And he shows all like the multi, like 10, 20, 30, 50, $100 million houses. And I kind of try to mock some of the things that those houses are doing. Obviously, I'm not putting a $2 million chandelier in my house, but some of the textures and some of the colors, like these floors, I saw these floors in a $50 million house. It may not have been the exact same brand, but it was this color. So I said, you know what? I like how that looks. I like how they do the black cabinets in there. So I'm gonna try to mock some of those things in my price range to make it sense for this project. But you always want to make sure you never over renovate a house. What that means is you don't want to put more money in the house than the house can be worth. So yes, I've seen a lot of things on those $100 million houses, but I'm not selling this for $100 million. So I can't go as deep into the rehab as they may go, but I can go just enough to where the numbers still make sense. So we go right in here, the second bedroom. As you guys can see, nice closet, same way, same setup. Boom. And then we go right in here to the bathroom. Nice 12 by 24 porcelain tile. And then we're gonna put some more tile inside this niche. It's gonna be another, not the same tile, but it's going to be something that complements it. It's downstairs, I can show it to you guys. And then this is gonna be a long vanity that comes out here. So this is gonna be beautiful. This is literally gonna be beautiful. So I'm excited about this. We got the nice skylight. It's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful bathroom. Like somebody's gonna walk in here and be like, wow. And if you guys notice, we don't have a door in here yet. It's because we're gonna put a barn door that's gonna slide over so people can walk directly in and slide the door out. So now the door doesn't open in, open out in the hallway. It slides in, just give it a nice, smooth transition and just a nice touch overall. And then right in here, we have the front bedroom. And one of the things I never did before, but I'm trying something, is we actually put pockets inside of the wall. So these pockets with a light in here, so now someone could put their phone, put their juice, water, whatever, or just a night light for them to go ahead and read. This is how it's gonna be set up in here. It's gonna be nice, it's gonna be beautiful. Nice long bedroom. They have the full closet here as well. And we have the hallway closet, or this could be a closet that this bedroom wants to utilize to go and put other things in here. But overall, it's a nice size second floor, nice size bedrooms. Each bedroom is over 120, 130 square feet. So each bedroom has some nice size too. So I'm excited about that. I'm happy about this. These are the extra tile that's for this bathroom. Of course, I'm taking that crap back. So this is maybe 20, 30. This may be 60, 80, or $100 worth of tile that we're going to get back. Remember, every dollar you save in real estate is a dollar you earn in real estate. So instead of just throwing that in trash, we're going to take that back. And now that's more money that can go right in our pockets to go towards something else. Or the other thing that you can do, if you like this tile and you want to take this design to the next house, we're going to take this tile and we just put it to the next project. So we have multiple projects going on. But for the next project that I'm working on right now, the next two projects that I'm working on right now, I don't think that project, that tile is going to fit that kind of project. So I'm just going to take that back and I'm going to get something else that may fit that project more so. And the other thing that we're going to be doing next in the next 2 days, we're tearing down these steps off and putting brand new steps. So now, as you can see, these are correct. And remember, I told you the niche, this is the tile that's going to be going inside of that niche upstairs on the second floor bathroom. So it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be super beautiful. Right here. You good. Yeah. Show you guys the basement. We got our own little security system in here. We about to change out the back door, put something a little bit more sturdy, but we still have our own little security system here. Watch the wires, because we're doing active construction. So what we did in here, we finished the whole basement. So you're gonna see new floors, but sometimes shit happens in real estate. So the pipe, and I'll show you guys real quick. The pipe right here, right next to the water meter, actually had a little slit or crack. Some way, somehow, the water leaked overnight, and all the water leaked and went under the floors. So these are new floors. We had the floors laid out, and it just cracked a little bit some way, somehow, and all the water leaked. So when we walked in, the floor sounded like a water bed. And this is all brand new slab of concrete, so we're not worried about any like water damage. But the thing about it is we can't, these floors are vinyl and they're waterproof, but we can't leave water under the floors because then that can cause mold. So it is what it is. We had to take the floors up, dry everything out. It's almost done being dry now, and then we're gonna lay them back down. We already fixed the leak, so in real estate sometimes things happen, but I'm glad this was the only thing that happened. It's not like a messed up sheetrock. It's not like the water was all the way up to my waist. So quick fix, but it is a fix that we're gonna have to do. But nonetheless, we got it fixed. And then this is the bath I want to show you guys. They just finished it, so we can't step on it here. But if you see, nice, beautiful big tile down here, and then we got the whole shower wall. Because this is a second bathroom, we don't have to go ahead and do. We're not putting a tub down here. It's gonna be a stand-up shower. This thing is gonna be another. It's gonna be amazing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll stand right here, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this tour of this project. I'm excited about this one. This is going to be a nice project, a nice flip. We're going to take our proceeds and put into even more deals. So one thing you always want to do is reinvest. I'm big on treating yourself, but also reinvesting more. So if you're making $100,000, maybe taking $5,000 or $10,000, blow it on yourself, do something for you. But that bulk, that 80, 90 plus $1,000, take that and put that into more real estate, more deals, more businesses, more opportunities. Because if you do things right on your first house should pay for the next 5, 10 houses. Think about that. If you keep reinvesting from that first flip, that first project that's going to continue to pay for the next project. So it's not like you're starting over every single time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these proceeds, have a little fun, spend some money on ourselves, but then also take that money, put into some bigger deals, some more opportunities, so the machine keeps running. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you guys like, make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you guys check out the rest of the content we have on our channel. This entire channel is built to give you guys value, give you guys information, not to go ahead and just make this a joke page. It's really to help you guys build and start making money in the real estate business. I've been in this business for 10 years. I made a lot of money in it, and I want to help you guys do that and even go past me. That's good.